Okay, so I've built myself an experimental Rhino opening GDI deck. We did do some Rhino opening a little while back, and it wasn't great, but then like the rules there were like Rhino opening, play Predators, don't play Pitbulls. I think that cutting Pitbull is like not the one. I think you want to play Pitbull for sure. If you're going to cut Pitbull, you pretty much have to play Sling, is kind of my thinking. So we're going to try some Rhino opening with Pitbull. I'm going to try and get Mohawk to do some things. I feel like if there's no stealth tanks around, Mohawk should be very well positioned. Because like you can beat Banshees pretty easily with Pitbulls. Or like Missile Razorback. So then Mohawk should be okay. It would be nice if I could play Liang with this deck. Because obviously Liang is really good with Mohawk Razorback. But Liang is just an absolute joke at the moment. Liang is 50 cost, it's so outrageous. Anyway, yeah, Liang sucks. I want to play some Strong Arm since Strong Arm got the buff as well. So anyway, the theory is that maybe Mohawk won't suck right now. I'm going to try and play some games and maybe get an idea of whether or not that's true. It really comes down to Stealth Tank. That's always been the biggest issue. But like, now that Stealth Tank doesn't have the ability to kill Pitbulls in one volley, maybe it's okay. Dice says this deck looks like an auto lose to any 2-ranger. Well, that's kind of the point of the Mohawk, right? Like, you should be able to, the idea is you'll be able to push into a 2-range unit with a Mohawk. I feel like Slingshot's going to be a problem. I don't really know how you beat Slingshot. I could definitely beat MG. MG is like... No Harv MG would be an absolute free roll because I'm opening Rhino. So I think no Harv MG would be like actually a free win. Because Rhino opening is insane versus that deck. Oh shit, it's the double missiles. I also have Razorback and yeah, I mean like MG does not sound like it would be a concern at all. This is probably too many Rhinos now. I didn't want to let this guy get too much damage on my Harvester. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't think we're that likely to play against much 2-range, honestly. Since it's unranked. My main concern is always, like with Rhino opening, is always how much money you end up spending on Rhinos. Like, if you open Rhino, you kind of want your opponent to open Barracks. But then you end up spending a ton of money on it. Which is the problem. So, I don't know about that. He's just making missiles. I guess I'll make a Shock Trooper. Could have switched a Shock Trooper sooner, honestly. That would have probably been fine. He is, of course, double half, so we need to be prepared for whatever tech unit comes out. It's tough to use Mohawk when Orca exists. Like, it's so infrequently that you're going to find yourself better off with a Mohawk than an Orca. But it is a lot cheaper. It's probably better, it's still, I don't know, it's probably better, it's better against GDI, maybe. I don't know, Orca played well, it's just good versus everything, really. So I don't even know if that's true. Alright, we'll get a couple of Mohawks and see if we can take care of this Titan. He's gonna go for my Harvester, I'm guessing. He's not going for the Harvester. There we go, there he is. That's good. For a second there I thought our opponent might have, you know, some idea what's going on, but no. Alright, Titan down. Is this better than Orca would have been? Kind of feels like no. It feels like Orca would have done a similar job. Probably done it better as well, but Mohawk has flying and it can kill a Titan, so it kind of did its job there. Mohawk is usually really good against bike spam. I don't know how popular bike spam is anymore, but like Mohawk Razorback was really good against Nod who spam bikes and lasers. If he had not said I had a keen tactical mind, I would have rejected. 3, 2, 1. Mohawk has a higher DPS than Orca. Yeah, but that's like, that is if the enemy stands still and lets your Mohawk hit them. You lose a lot of DPS when your guy is moving around, right? Whereas the Orca just fires its volley and then is reloading, so it doesn't really lose any value. Whereas the Mohawk when it has to move around loses a lot of value. Tech stands there. Well, the Titan moved the whole time. Obviously it didn't get much done, but it was definitely moving. And like my Mohawks had to chase it, which was annoying. Razor in shambles? Why is Razor in shambles? What is this guy saving for? It's nice that Rhino has free vision. There was no reason for it ever to lose free vision. Orca, good choice against Rhino. I actually had this happen the other day where I was like, oh, I'll go like Orca against Rhino slash Buggy. And I thought it was going to be great. And then the guy just made so fucking many of them. I was like, bro, my Orca cannot possibly kill all of these things. And I was super sad. I was like, oh, I've got an Orca, I one-shot Buggy. And as soon as I killed it, there's just 4 more Buggies. And I'm like, bro, what is happening right now? Yeah, like this. Like, I just overwhelm with, like, vehicles. Like, yeah, you can one-shot them, but who cares? I just make 4 more. So, yeah. Feels bad to be him, I guess.
Unit ready.
A well-used emote, Huck. It's not. He wasn't an emote spammer, just to be clear. I know we had this discussion where I was saying about how emoters tend to be jabronis, but like if you use the emotes in appropriate fashion, right? It's the fact that he used hello emote and then he was like use a good game emote at the end. Like these are well-used emotes. It's the guys who beat you and then emote that are the worst. Like those are the guys who can never be my friends, no matter what. Someone who beats you then emotes you, like that person is a bad person for sure. There's no other explanation for what's happening there. They're just a bad person. Alright, well that was an easy game. I haven't really managed to spam my strong arm as much as I'd like. The Rhino opening is probably not that conducive to spamming the turret.
Mission accomplished.
You're present. Would you like to play some more crab champions later today?
1. New objective available.
The big issue with the Rhino opening is, of course, the budget. The budget is very bad. Like, the fact that you have to go Harvester and then wait for ages to get your opening unit is very bad. Is Razor here as well? Does he want to try Crab Champions? I think George will absolutely hate it. I think it's definitely not going to be his kind of game. Normally you make a second opening unit against double half, but since I have Rhino, I'm not sure it's a good idea. He's opened Air Tower. I'm going to get missiles in case he goes Orca first. Talon first. What a mad lad. Absolute mad lad.
Unit ready.
Alright, something tells me that Zom 6 does not really understand the ins and outs of the intricacies of the opening stages of a game of Command & Conquer Rivals. Is that a Sniper Squadron? My guy. I still have a Rhino.
Hey chap,
I still
can
have
you
a
help me?
Rhino.
I found my mother's microphone, but it keeps making this weird noise. Listen. Is it broken? It smells funny too. But it feels nice on my love.
Unit lost.
Yeah, not sure about whatever's going on there. Unfortunately, you've fallen victim once again to the auto mod. So whatever that last word was supposed to be got changed to love, which I'm guessing is not what it was supposed to be. The text-to-speech lady also probably didn't do a great job of whatever that noise was supposed to be.
Defense lost. Nuclear weapon.
Rhino OP. Rhino is in fact OP. If someone uses Slingshot, are you bad for emoting him just before winning? Okay, now Serpus has brought up a very good point here. Serpus has, of course, found the exception to the rule. If your opponent uses Slingshot, then obviously it's okay to emote them. That's perfectly reasonable. I think the same is true for MG. MG and Slingshot both fine to emote the person.
Establishing battle. 3,
Have you not?
2,
Isn't that normal?
1. New objective received.
No, you're wrong, great boy. That is righteous.
Building online. Unit ready.
You don't have a TTS lady. Oh no. That's unfortunate. Oh, here's the MG we were talking about. I'm gonna wait for a second Rhino, and then we're gonna push it. I'm gonna go this way as well. Look at this. Look at this sneaky. Oh, Rhino surprise, my guy. Dobbs Rhino. Get destroyed, MG player. Absolutely wrecked.
Unit ready.
See, just to be clear, this guy, it's no half MG players that you emote, probably. Although I guess Oaken plays MG. You could emote him as well. He plays half MG. Oh shit, an MLRS? What do you guys think? Is 3 Rhinos gonna beat an MLRS? This is like a pretty interesting experiment. Holy crap! The answer is yes by a shitload.
Lost.
I'm only gonna lose 1 Rhino. Wow, get deleted, man. That wasn't even close. It wasn't even remotely close.
Nuclear missile launched.
This guy can never beat Rhino. Rhino is actually OP. And to think some people want to buff Rhino. Look at this thing. It's already a complete monster.
Unit lost.
Possibly the strongest unit in Command & Conquer Rivals. Well, that's obviously not true, but... You know, clearly this unit is monstrously good. Look at this guy, locked into his base by Rhinoceri.
Unit lost.
Oh, what a rip. Absolutely destroyed. The lever's in shambles. What is he doing? Oh no, this Rhino's alive?
Lost.
Oh, this MLRS. They're both alive. Oh no. Oh no. What has happened? Chat. It's all gone wrong. Oh no. Absolute nightmare. Oh my god, the nightmare scenario.
Unit ready.
Rhino hubris. Yeah, you're not wrong. Actual Rhino hubris.
Unit ready.
I just assumed that I couldn't lose with Rhinos. Oh, Raider Mohawk. Raider. Come on, man, just Raider. It's not that hard. I'm not asking for a lot here. Bro, this deck is, as I expected, terrible versus Slingshot. Do I have to play McNeil to fight Slingshots? Is that what I have to do? I kind of wanted to play Strong Arm, but it looks like maybe I have to play McNeil instead. Which is kind of sad. I don't really want to do that.
Online. Unit ready.
But this is like, I mean, this isn't going great.
Lost.
And this should not be a particularly difficult matchup. My deck is awful versus, my deck is actually awful versus Slingshot.
Unit ready.
Yeah, my deck is actually appalling versus Slingshot.
Unit ready.
Alright, well that was kind of tough. Slingshot is super good against me. Perhaps we need to play McNeil because this deck is so bad against two range.
Destroyed.
Okay, we're gonna play McNeil because two range is clearly an issue.
Objective available.
Have you ever McNeiled commander power whilst having sexy time?
Building online.
Is that like are you asking like
Unit
something that would relate to the McNeil commander power, or do you mean like literally playing Command & Conquer Rivals with McNeil as my commander during sex? Because the answer to both is yes. Uh-oh. 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 How does Rhino do against Gren? What if we have two Rhinos fight the Grens? Holy shit, they're doing okay, actually. We get a third one to come in, maybe we win?
Unit ready.
Holy crap, Rhino OP, man. Get out of my game, Grenadier noob. Yo, you think Pitbull can beat Rhino? Do you see how Grenadier got demolished? You think Pitbull has a chance? Holy shit, G-ment. Just accept that you can't beat Rhino. Just accept it and move on with life. You'll feel better about yourself after you just accept it.
Nuclear weapons launched.
Alright, Rhino is confirmed overpowered. Buggy Council in shambles as Rhino takes the stage.
Building online.
Absolutely destroyed.
Unit
I really wanted to play some Strong Arm today.
lost.
I just don't think this deck can function against two range.
Unit lost.
Like, I was hoping that Mohawk would do something, but it really just didn't. It was very, very bad against Slingshot. I'm sure you're supposed to be able to overwhelm a Slingshot with Mohawks. We should nerf Slingshot if you can't overwhelm a Slingshot with Mohawks.
Missile launched.
That feels like a thing you should be able to do.
Mission accomplished.
Do you think this is like a mix between Turbo and Throb?
New objective received.
I think that's what's going on.
Building online. Unit ready.
The Rhino opening seems absolutely fine, honestly. I don't know what the deck is supposed to look like that opens Rhino. Wow, sniper opening. You don't see that every day.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Like, I need to work out what the other units in the deck should be if I want to open Rhino.
Unit lost.
Awaiting orders.
Like, maybe the days of dog rifle dominance are ending. Maybe it's okay to open Rhino and Buggy now. It kind of isn't though, right? Like, you haven't got enough money at the start of the game.
Unit lost.
If your opponent rushes you, it's very bad. That's for sure. This guy's getting absolutely hosed by Rhino. Like, absolutely demolished.
I'm on it.
People here for green light. People ready to fight. People ready for anything.
Unit lost.
Taking them down, scouting.
People, you the juice.
I'm gonna give him the old flipperoos.
Awaiting. You got opening.
Warhead cancelled. Nuclear warhead
Peaky flips.
launched.
Give this Orca the business as well.
Unit ready.
Yes, let lock wheels. You got it. Take away lock and report. Taking them
Unit ready. Defense online.
down.
Yeah, you better run, Orca. Mighty Rhino cometh for you.
Lock and load.
Unit lost.
I really just am playing Rhino Pitbull against a lot of these guys, and they're not being able to, like, no one can beat it. I'm not really making anything else. I'm just making Rhinos and Pitbulls.
Opening. Taking them. Lock. Awaiting orders. Taking them. Report lock. Yes,
Unit lost.
yes, tank is
All right, let's do this.
wheels. You got it.
Blast them. Pedal to people in it.
Awaiting. Moving out. Report.
Unit ready.
People in a dog fight.
Finally, the days of Rhino dominance are upon us.
People ready for anything.
The prophecy has come true.
People in a dog fight. A fight.
Yes, sir. Lock wheel.
Blast them.
Unit ready.
Awaiting orders.
Rejoice, ye faithful,
Unit lost.
All right, let's do this.
for the days of Rhino have come.
People here, what up?
Machine reporting.
People ready to fight.
Oh, this guy's so dead, man. This guy, no, he just never ever. It literally has Orca in his deck, and he could never beat Rhino. Isn't that kind of bonkers? Too strong a unit.
Unit lost.
Too strong a unit.
Objective complete.
Why not Rhino 5 tech? Why not Rhino 5 tech? Like, I don't know how anyone's gonna deal with that. Anyone who can beat a Rhino is never beating 5 tech.
3, 2, 1. New objective available. Building online. Unit ready.
I'm on it.
I wouldn't say so, okay, shush, no.
Lock and load.
Fortis? I just realized it's Fortis. What does this guy do? This guy does something pretty jabronish, doesn't he?
Awaiting
Is this Mutant Boost guy? It's not Mutant Boost guy, is it?
Yes, sir. Moving. Awaiting orders. Lock
I
and
feel like Mutant Boost guy is someone else. He does something weird, but I can't remember what it is.
scouting.
Maybe he's laser drone player? Like laser, yeah, I think maybe he's laser drone spammer.
Ready.
Surely Rhinos poop on laser drones. They're like better than buggies.
You got it.
Is this guy a pop capper? You can't pop cap Rhinos, my dude.
Yes, sir.
Yet another reason that the Rhino dominance strategy is live.
Yes, tank.
Avatar, yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what it is, Surpus.
Yes, sir.
I think he's an Avatar player.
Wheels. Let's get him. Running and scouting. Reporting. Leading the charge. Awaiting. I'm on it.
I mean, this guy's just getting dominated by Rhino, just like everybody before him. The laser drones are actually doing surprisingly well. I guess we'll add in some Pitbull.
Taking him.
But this is like a very easy first missile. There's no way this dude, if he's using laser drones to try and fight Rhinos, there's no way he's beating Pitbulls. That's just not reality.
Building online. Unit ready.
People here, what up? People pedal to the metal. People ready for anything.
Just point me.
Reporting. People here, people ready to people ready for reporting.
Shut. Machine scouting. Shut up.
People here, people ready.
Nice triple scavenger, my guy.
People in a green light.
Let's go.
People run the fuck reporting. People in a people here, people ready to fight.
Unit ready.
Oh, this guy's just getting absolutely destroyed. But who can... I mean, it's not really like on him. He just can't ever beat Rhino. No one can. It doesn't matter how good he is. He obviously was never going to beat Rhinos. Although he is trying to spam laser drones at me, so it's not that surprising that he's doing badly.
Defense online.
Easiest game of my life, Fortis. Actually the easiest game of my entire life. I've never played a game easier than that one.
Nuclear weapon launched.
Perhaps you should find an answer to Rhino and put it in your deck. I guess Avatar is an answer to Rhino. He's probably got that.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Strato Saga.
Building online.
This guy definitely reminds me of Jabronism for some reason. Is he CM abuser? MG player? Like, what's the deal with this guy?
Lock and load. Let's get him. Taking him down.
Unit ready.
Wheels at the ready. Yes, sir. Reporting. Awaiting orders. Wheels at the... I'm on it. Reporting. Awaiting orders.
Unit ready.
Moving out.
Wheels at the ready.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
People, alright, let's do this. Blast them. Alright, let's do this. A fight. Bigger than my boss.
I like just sending the missile top against the Rhino. Like,
Scouting.
he opened barracks and then he switched into pitbull because he obviously couldn't beat the Rhino with barracks. And he's like, oh, I'll send a missile at this Rhino. What do you think's gonna happen, man? The Rhino's gonna beat it, obviously.
Unit lost.
That is the reason that you have switched into War Factory. Because you cannot defeat the Rhino.
Building online.
I should not have tech switched here. This was a misplay. This was a big misplay.
Unit lost.
I should have just kept making Rhinos. I'm gonna lose the missile now.
Unit lost.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, I threw this missile. Tech switching was a mistake because I didn't have the money, which is an issue with the Rhino opening, as I've said before.
Major structural damage received.
Ready. Taking it. Yes, sir. I'm on it.
Let's get up. Let's get up. It's a closing in. Lock and load.
Unit ready.
Reporting. Moving out. Rolling out. Lock and load.
Unit lost.
Lock and
Let's go.
Ooh, he's got a tank. Tank's pretty good against me.
Online.
taking him down.
Tank is very good against me.
Unit lost.
We need covering fire.
Am I gonna do a tier list with a new patch? Yeah, maybe. There's certainly potential for it.
Just point awaiting.
Oh shit. Talon.
Shockwave ready.
Talon with a skin. That you don't see every day. That's in fact very rare.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Shockwave moving.
Unit ready.
People here, what up? Alright, let's do this. Let's get up.
Mohawk just is kind of bad. That's I think that's like Mohawk's main issue.
Ready.
Is that it's just not a very good unit. Suffers from the same problem as a lot of units, which is that if you have to stand still and shoot things, it's super awkward.
Moving out. Mission. Moving out. People ready.
Unit ready.
Razorback ready for awaiting blast them. Get That'll blow up. Now, Doctor, you can leave it. Let's get here. Razor people here. Best in the business.
Warhead cancelled. Unit ready.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander. Ready for anything.
Warning. Enemy ion cannon activated. Warhead cancelled. Missile launched.
Almost got me with the old flipperoos.
Unit lost.
Very nearly.
Unit ready.
Can't make too many pitbulls or he'll make Predator tank.
Razorbacks people. Blast people in a fight. Because the people. Alright, people in a fight. Fight. Best
Unit lost.
Metal people in a fight. Moving out people. Metal to the metal. Alright, let's do this. People here. Yes, Commander. People in the dog.
But it does seem like the best positioned unit right now. I got enough money that I can lose my harvester. It's not a big deal. The main issue is simply that he will
Unit ready.
have like another iron cannon now. That's the main problem with losing the half.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Yeah, maybe I'm not as rich as I thought I was. Might have to rebuild. My deck's just expensive. I'm probably gonna have to rebuild my harvester. Well, maybe not. The game's about to be over.
Ready.
Alright, that was kind of a close one.
Warhead launched.
But we did get there. Mohawk was like fine minus. It wasn't great. Wasn't super
Enemy
happy with
base
it.
Destroyed. Control.
Egon. Well then.
3, 1. New objective.
I heard there's like quite a lot of fetch quests in Hogwarts Legacy. Or like things of that nature that are not very interesting. Oh, you think it's good, K-Shush? Interesting. I've heard bad things about it.
Online.
Got it. Awaiting orders.
So what do we think Egon's up to? Is that a second half? Can't be, right? Not this early. Nope. He's gone dog.
Unit ready.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
People pedal to the metal. All right, let's do this. Pitbull in a dog fight. My bite is bigger than my boss.
Unit warning. Our base is under attack.
Blast them. Pitbull in a dog fight. Blast my pitbull in a dog fight.
That's a super aggressive boost, man. Also slightly weird positioning for the harvester. It like makes it easier to pull it, but it also makes it way easier to kill it. Like I have this pitbull just wailing on his harvester now. So I'll probably get a free harvester kill out of it. So it's the kind of thing that makes sense if like you think you're going to be ahead of your opponent, I guess.
Launched.
Because then if you think you're going to push them off the middle, then you have access to an easy harvest to pull. If you think they're going to push you off the middle, which is what's happening here, then they have access to an easy harvest to kill. So yeah, I don't think it's... I think you have to be pretty confident to put your harvester there. Like, I wouldn't put my harvester there most of the time. In fact, ever, I think.
Unit lost.
So I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good idea. Let's get some Mohawks, I suppose. This deck has been, like, not great. I haven't been super impressed. I'll tell you what I have been impressed by, actually, has been the Rhino opening. The Rhino opening's been pretty good. Same as last time. Like, last time I did Rhino opening, I actually thought the Rhino opening itself was fine to good, even. But the rest of the deck just kind of doesn't feel good. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Maybe the answer is to take an already good deck and just replace the opening unit in it with Rhino. The problem is that, like, a lot of the good decks at the moment are kind of Sniper or Razorback, and I don't think either of those are really good Rhino opening. Maybe I could do, like, Razorback Gren opening Rhino. Maybe that would be okay.
Objective.
I definitely feel like the Rhino opening is actually quite strong. It definitely feels okay.
Battlefield control.
I think it's kind of weak to make a Harry Potter game where what house you're in doesn't make any difference. That's like one of the main
1.
things.
New objective received.
BBCN. What do we think BBCN stands for?
Building online.
I'm on it.
It would have been a better series if Harry was Slytherin and Hermione was Ravenclaw.
Awaiting orders.
What, like Harry Potter in general? Hermione as Ravenclaw, I mean, that checks out. Why would Harry be Slytherin?
Wheels at the ready.
Just because he's got the whole thing going on
Yes, sir.
with old what's-his-face, Voldemort.
Reporting.
What's happening right now?
Yes,
Can someone explain to me why my opponent made an MG and has done nothing else?
awaiting orders. Wheels at the scouting. Awaiting orders.
This is my 10th game. This is final boss time.
Launched.
I want to explore more with the Rhino opening. I need to figure out, like, if this was an Orca instead of a Mohawk and a Sniper instead of a Shock, it would be the deck I'm playing in ladder at the moment. So maybe we do that with Rhino opening. But I think Snipers really, like, dogs are so good in the Sniper deck because they're such a cheap blocker for the Snipers. So I don't think that really checks out. But Rhino doesn't really replace Rifleman as an opening unit, because the Rifleman's job is not really necessarily an opening unit. It's an opening unit crossed with a thing that hard counters missiles, which Rhino doesn't do. It doesn't hard counter them. So I think you really need, like, dog opening decks to take advantage of the Rhino as your opener instead. Yeah, I'm not really sure why that guy just made an MG and then went AFK, but... weird. Alright, there we go. Rhino opening. As I said a few times, the Rhino opening itself seems quite good. The deck around it, I'm still very unsure of. But I believe there is a way to make a reasonable Rhino opening deck. I just haven't found it yet. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you later.